Welcome back to Project 94 for another diecast review here on the channel, and today, man, I've been really looking forward to this one. Here's Kyle Busch and his 2023 Cheddar's Scratch Kitchen Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 for Richard Childress Racing. Another Kyle Busch car. This one is another one of his main primaries. This is his Cheddar's livery paint scheme, which looks super cool. One of my favorites when it first came out. I know I say this about all the Kyle Busch cars, but the Kyle Busch paint schemes with RCR have just all been really fantastic, and this is another one of those super great paint schemes that he has. And of course, it's a food product. Cheddar Scratch Kitchen is one of those restaurants they have in North Carolina, and now they have another paint scheme. And of course, we got the Tyler Reddick one in 2021, but we did not get the 2022 version, which is strange because Cheddar is, I mean, you'd figured they would want to get the diecast out there because they got the 2021 car made. So this will be the first time in almost 2 years that I've looked at a Cheddar's diecast. And this one right here is going to be for Kyle Busch. So why am I not surprised? It's Kyle Busch. It's going to get produced. And I'm happy it got produced because this is a really, really cool car. So let's get this diecast out of the box here. Here we go. Here's the diecast out of the box. This diecast has been in the package waiting to be unboxed for a while. It's been a couple days since I got this thing brand new. So here it is out of the box. Cheddar's. I gotta say, this is one of the cooler designs. Cheddar's paint schemes have always been pretty interesting, of course, with the croissants and like the food products on the cars. Gotta love how whenever you have a food sponsor, they're actually putting their products on the paint schemes, which is really, really cool to see that. I love how they're actually taking advantage of that, especially with the next-gen car where you have a lot of room to put sponsors and such. So let's get this diecast review, and of course, another not-so-great roller, which has been a common theme for 2023. The cars have not been rolling good. But other than that, let's get this diecast review on. Got number 8, RCR, the Chevrolet Camaro decals in the front, the OEM details, which may be changing for next year. They might not be running the Camaro. If they are still running the Camaro, then it'll still probably look like this, because I don't think they're going to come up with another Camaro design. I'm bringing that up because, you know, it's 2023, and the Camaros are set to not run anymore, which is sad, because Kyle Busch and the Camaro seem to be a pretty cool combination. You got Cheddar's Scratch Kitchen, established in 1979 with the 2 kitchen knives. Of course, you have the hood vents, which actually do cover up the hood logo. Of course, you have the Chevrolet Busch banner right there. Of course, you got Sunoco, Goodyear, NASCAR Cup Series, the 75th anniversary logo for NASCAR. You got number 8, Rowdy, Chevrolet, Lucas Oil, Sherwin-Williams, PTC, and KCMG, or KMCG. Got Cheddar's, Lenovo, BetMGM somehow still got on this car. Got NetSpend. Another one of those cars with the slanted big sponsor on the side, Cheddar's. I really love how that looks, the big Cheddars on the side. Of course, all school uniforms. And yep, you got a bowl of croissants right there, which looks pretty good. Reminds me of how they used to have the M&Ms on the car. Now they're putting the food products of Cheddar's on the car. Of course, white Goodyear logo, before I forget to point that out. Dark gray wheels. And on the back, you have Okuma, Cheddar Scratch Kitchen. Looks like they have another Cheddar's Racing logo right there, which I really cannot read that well. It's kind of small, unfortunately, for me to read. You got number 8 right there. You got Camaro, huge on the back, ZL1. Cheddar's Scratch Kitchen on the deck lid with that 1979 logo. Got Busch and Cheddars.com. So now it's time to review the paint scheme. So they spray painted this car with a base coat of orange. It's more like a light burnt orange, which matches kind of the theme of Cheddar's. They've always had that like dark orange, but it also has like a bright side to it. This car almost looks brown. If you just squint your eyes, it looks sort of brown. It probably looks brown because this car actually has a black gradients, which we will get into shortly. We have the black splitter in the front, the black spoiler in the back, with the pop rivet details, which are still going to be on the spoilers, which is really, really nice to see that. So it starts out with the black gradients on the front OEM details. and it's going to have that fade, so that's why the nose of this car looks very brown. And on the sides, you have a light gold outline, which is going to wrap underneath the car and swoop up around the quarter panel and have like a round shape to it on the door, with a carbon fiber pattern underneath, which looks super sharp. It goes well with the orange. And of course, that bowl of croissants has a bit of a gradient as well by the corners of the decal, which is kind of cool. It's a bit faded on this side compared to the other side, but of course, you got biofuel right there. And of course, because the black gradients is fading into the orange, it makes the side of the car look brown as well. Even though a lot of the gradients has been covered up with the carbon fiber style finish. And looking at it from the top, you're going to have a really, really light color, like a bright light orange outline, which is kind of the same color that they use there. It's like a light orange gold. Not quite the same gold on the 3Chi car, but you're going to have those outlines around the hood right there. Full black hood. The entire top of this car is black. But of course, if you look at the side windows, because the black with that orange gold stripe going across the side windows right here, the side pillars and all that, it swoops past all of that and it goes to the back window. Of course, you're going to have the croissant details, which were actually on the whole body in the front almost of the old Cheddar's car. Now it's just going to be a subtle detail on the top and on the roof as well, which looks pretty clean. Really, really nice to see that done. And on the back of it, you're going to have the croissant details even more. So it's pretty much like a mix of like Cheddar's and like the old Dale Jr. cars, because all the Dale Jr. cars have black back bumpers. Except this one actually has a more detailed black back bumper because you have the croissants and the bread and all that, which looks super cool. And right where it has Cheddar's, you're going to have a bit of a darker shade. Like you can see like the croissants are fading out. So it's more black so you could read the Cheddar's logo, which is pretty neat to see that. And that's pretty much the paint scheme. Wasn't that difficult for me to showcase this one, paint scheme wise. And now for the number. You're going to have that light orange gold number color again as the outline. You have a bit of a black shadow to it. All the Kyle Busch cars have like a black shadow to the number, but it's not really a shadow. It's more of like a really thin outline because of the decal, but it actually looks like this on the real car. I'm sure of that. Of course, you got the chrome outlining, the silver with the white number fill-in, which is going to be the same on this side as well. I will say the black outline to the number 8, like the shadow fill-in, makes the number 8 pop out even more on the doors of this car. Like on the roof, because there's a lot of black going on, it's hard to see it, but on the doors you could actually see it. And on the front as well. Wow, really bold on the front. Of course, the number 8s. So yeah, it's a pretty more than decent scheme. I am really liking this one, the Cheddar's car. A lot more orange this year. It doesn't have any sort of white other than these, of course, the sponsors and all that. So it's pretty cool. The black and orange looks fantastic. I'm going to give you guys some close-ups because this is a car that does have detail with that carbon fiber especially. If the camera can focus here, that would be better. As you guys can see. I'm not going to zoom in with the camera because then everything gets all fuzzy. So I might have to just do it like this. Pretty nice. So yeah, give you guys a 360 view as I'm talking. This is a pretty cool diecast for Kyle Busch. The Cheddar's ones are going to be really cool as the years go on, just because of the colors they have. And it's really the main food product Kyle Busch has as a sponsor. Now that Mars M&M's is now gone, this is the closest thing he has. So let's see, he's sponsored by that 3Chi, sponsored by this bread company, Cheddar's. So he's getting some pretty good sponsors. Of course, he got Lenovo, computers, and all those type of sponsors. The Netspend car, the Lucas car. There's going to be a lot of great Kyle Busch cars. The Thornton's car. If you're a Kyle Busch fan, this is going to be a fun year for you guys with all the diecasts you guys are getting made. It's going to be like almost like Chase Elliott. How Chase Elliott gets a lot of diecasts made. I'm pretty sure Kyle Busch is going to be that other driver competing with Chase Elliott, getting a lot of their diecasts made. Pretty interesting to see that now Chase Elliott and Kyle Busch are the same manufacturer, which is pretty cool. Now they get to sort of work with each other now, which is cool. I do like both of those drivers, so it's good for me. And of course the Rowdy logo always looking sharp on the name rail. So that is going to be it for Kyle Busch and its 2023 Cheddar Scratch Kitchen Chevrolet Camaro Z01 from Richard Childress. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this diecast review. Comment, like, and subscribe. And we will see you guys in the next diecast review. And always remember to make sure you know what you're doing when you're putting decals on your diecasts.